Well, Novocastrian trainer Roy Roots Jr. along with his stable star the Black Prince will head to Menangle on Saturday night for the running of the Miracle Mile, their first tilt at the great race. However, his driver Robert Morris will be having his third shot at Miracle Mile glory, and I caught up with Robert during his commitments at Club Menangle today. Well, Robbie, before we have a chat about those previous two Miracle Miles, well done to Roy Roots Jr. He's done a marvellous job with the Black Prince.
Yeah, he has. Roy and his whole team, they've done a super job with him, placing him and preparing him for these races. Had a good year last year, seasoning him up, and he stepped straight into the Grand Circuit level really quick this year, so I think he'll stay there for a while.
And your impressions of that Newcastle Mile win?
Very good, you know. He zipped out of the gate strong, which I was pleased to feel underneath me. That was the first time I drove him in a race, so he gave me a good feel. He got a good trip in transit, but I think from where he's showing, he'll get a good trip again Saturday night. So, yeah, he'll run a good race.
And we've found out that 3 or 4 pegs is not a burden here at Menangle.
No, definitely not. Anyone that still wants to go with that myth of you've got to come down the outside and that, you just have to watch race after race on a Saturday night. If you're 3 and 4 fence, you genuinely beat the horse that's 1 out, 3 back, sometimes even 1 home. And it's not that that horse has gone any better or any worse than you. It's just mathematically impossible to come wide and make ground in the times they're coming. So, yeah, it gets down to a bit of a fine art, and it does get a bit mathematical, but he's drawn barrier 1, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of tempo in it, so we should be able to get a good trip through, and we'll push hard early. I think we've got to sort of find our spot and see where we land.
For your sake, and also Roy's and connections, hopefully it's a win, but realistically, Rob, in this particular field, how do you see your chances?
Yeah, look, I got to say, look, I know he's probably 4th or 5th in betting, probably even a little bit less, but, you know, the horse couldn't give me a better feel the other day. He's got the plum draw. You know, as a driver, you've got to go out there preparing to win every race. Yeah, no doubt in the world, King of Swings and them horses are great horses, but, you know, we've got a good draw and anything can happen in these races, so we'll go out there confidently and I'm sure we'll run a good race.
Robbie, just to pick the eyes out of your other drives on the night, in particular race 2, Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, first time I've driven him for Roy. He's an ultra consistent horse. I looked at his sectionals last night actually. He got home in 54 flat. He ran last and got home in 54 fat, so it just shows you the mathematics of it all. But I think the 2400 will suit him. A little bit of speed around him, but last time he raced over 2300 here at Menangle, I think he led and won, went 27.9, 27.9, 27. So his last 3 quarters. So yeah, he's definitely a talented horse, and he was in the Newcastle Mile as well. Only got beat 7 metres, so he's going into that race with the right form as well.
How horse will travel in the trot, drawn the outside gate, which is a concern. Once again, you're combining with Andy Gath.
Yeah, I haven't spoke to Andy. I did say I was on that horse. Yeah, the name suits it. He sort of had to bring it with that name, didn't he? But yeah, the draw hasn't been kind to him at all. But I've watched his races briefly just in transit and conversation with Andy previously, and he seems like a nice horse going forward. So probably his hardest test to date, but plenty of speed underneath him. He'll probably have to get back from there and run home. But if they go hard early, you never know.
The Sapling Stakes race 8 on the card is open as the Sydney Heads all the rage.
Yeah, he was super impressive at Penrith there 3 weeks, month ago. Worked on really good since then. Trialled good here last Wednesday. Had a soft hit out on a helmet. Finished to the line strong. Picked up from there. He'll head to Bathurst after this, but drawn a good alley. I think the one, pretty sure the one's Brian Portelli's horse. It'll be spear out pretty strong. So, yeah, we might be able to get a good little sit there, and he's a nice horse.
Your first taste of the Miracle Mile was 2011 when you drove Carlu Mick in the 2nd spot behind the great Smoke It Up.
Yeah, it seems like a world ago now, but yeah, what a beautiful horse old Mick was. He sort of just kept trying his guts out, and that night I think I was 4 pegs from memory going past the half, got to 3 pegs at the cage and ended up behind the leader at the 400. Everything sort of fell our way, and we got up inside Carlu Mick, and for a fleeting moment there I thought I had him, but it wasn't to be. It's hard when those 2 horses lock horns, but yeah, it was a great night for Rhonda Liu and Barry Liu and myself, and yeah, let's hope we can go one better.
Robbie, what's your memories of 1998 when your father Peter took the race behind Franco hat-trick in a Miracle Mile?
Yeah, well, I was only born in 91, you see, so I was only young. Probably don't remember it live on the night, but I have managed to watch the replay, and I've told Dad several times that he slaughtered it, but that's not to be. He'll let it go now. He should have stayed the fence. I don't know what he was doing coming off, but yeah, look, it's always a great honour when you can go back and watch your father be so successful, and he hasn't done a lot of driving since I sort of was probably over the age of 10. He sort of retired and sort of stepped back a little bit. So, Yeah, I enjoy going back and watching Dad's drives, and he's drove a lot of good horses and a lot of big races. So yeah, it's great that next generation can be in a Miracle Mile as well.
Now we're going full circle now, Rob, because you're driving in a Miracle Mile and your young son Archie, 5-year-old, will be watching his dad go around in a Miracle Mile.
Yeah, that's right. He knows too. He's pretty excited. The big races, he sort of gets up and about, and he loves looking at his iForm. So he looks at his iForm on the iPad every night for the next day. And yeah, he's it's great going home from the races. Even when you have a bad day, when you think anyone that knows that have got children, you have a bad day, you go home and everything seems all right, it seems better. But no, he's good. He's excited. He's happy. So let's hope we can do him proud.
Well, Robbie, you're going to have a lot of local support here at Club Menangle come Saturday night. Good luck to you and also to Roy Roots and the connections of the Black Prince.
Thank you.